Well, guys, it is official. This morning, Fortnite just released a brand new teaser that's going to change the entire storyline as we know it. And as you can take a look at this key art, guys, you can actually see what it says there. It says Fortnite Shattered in capital letters. End of season live event, Friday, June 5th. Doors open at 6:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Fight starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Your team changes your experience on the subtitles on the bottom. Well, the way how it's called Shattered, it is very, very impactful. Despite that, in this season, the Dark Voyager is actually implementing this proxy war because he controls both sides to get the rest of the 0 point shards. As you can see recently, he is collecting this Swift shard between the new Sanctuary and these locations over here. As you can take a look, when he adopted this shard right here, he is bringing it to Dark Dominion, the upgraded version of Lethal Labs, and he's placing it with the other 4 shards there. Then he's going to go to Squibbly Shores and get the next shard from there, which is something unexpected, but it is actually happening behind closed doors as the Foundation and the Ice King continue to fight over. And why is the bottom says your team changes your experience? Well, depending if you choose Team Foundation or Team Ice King, it can affect on how you can adapt or play Fortnite as a whole, especially for Battle Royale, and how during this event on how these two teams between Foundation and the Ice King, despite it's a proxy war invented by the Voyager to get the shards, this is all going to depend on if the Foundation can actually adapt through, or if the Ice King, who is teaming up with the Dark Voyager secretly, can adapt through alongside the power of the Chaos Cube. And then the times, doors open at 6:20 p.m. Eastern Time, fight starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, that's an event that's going to be taking place at the evening, and depending on where you live in the United States, depending on these time zones, which I'm listing right here, depending on where you live, it's probably the afternoon for y'all, and then the evening for us. For more information on why it's called Shattered, guys, I believe that when it comes to the 0 point, when it's shattered into shards, I think something could actually go wrong here with the 0 point itself, especially for like its last shard from Frigid Fortress, where it's going to be like going towards like the other shards, and I don't know what's going to happen over there. I think it's going to be involving the 0 point as well. So when like the Foundation, the Ice King are actually choosing their final bet, the Dark Voyager will secretly get this last shard into getting with the other shards or something like that, and I think something can go wrong, similar to what happened in Chapter 2, Season 5 to Season 6 in Zero Crisis Finale, where the 0 point was going out of control, it is being split into shards, reality is breaking down. I think we're going to see a similar situation as what happened back in Chapter 2, Season 5, where the Foundation had no choice but to fix the core and to bring the shards back in place. He created the Spire. I think that's going to happen from there, as both the Ice King and the Foundation are too busy just going to each other's throats, which is the reason why you see the Foundation's gauntlet hand, he is holding the Ice King's crown, and for the Ice King himself with his gauntlets, you could see the Foundation's helmet crushed like this, because the Ice King's 0 point shard that he has on his possession is overpowering him even more, and he's getting more and more power hungry. And with Dark Voyager combining forces, I can see what is happening over there. Despite all this event, I think what's going to happen is that depending on what we vote for me, to be honest, I chose Foundation, and for y'all guys, let me know if you're like Team Ice King in the comments, because I know that some of y'all chose Team Ice King, and I know that most of my other viewers that watch my videos also choose the Team Foundation, and depending on which team you choose, the experience is going to be different throughout this event. And probably by the end, I think it's going to be either like a shattered 0 point, or most of all, if this is getting out of control, especially if reality is breaking down, then the whole reality 266 is going to be like shattered in a way, like similar to how I could think of Fracture. It could be similar to Fracture as what happened in Chapter 3, Season 4, where the entire Reality Zero was fractured into bits, and then these other realities had to be fractured in a way where it merges to one reality. I think that similar situation would happen too in Fortnite Shattered. So it would be like Chapter 2, Season 5's Zero Crisis Finale and Chapter 3, Season 4's Fractured event. It wouldn't be like that, but it'll be very similar, because one, it involves the 0 point, two, it involves the island, And 3, it involves fates between the Ice King and the Foundation, and not only that, and I cannot forget to include the Dark Voyager himself since he controls all of it. And I really like this key art, to be honest, and I really like the tweet too, because it's also a tweet combined. It got like over 70,000 views in just a couple of minutes to hours after he just got released, and it is just so shocking to me because it just popped out of my notifications and all, and I literally had to make this video immediately at the same time that I'm already finishing up the Paradigm Fortnite Origins, and soon I'm probably going to be making Dark Presence Theory of being created by the Last Reality pretty soon, probably the next week or two, as a Fortnite Origins video combined with it. For Fortnite to announce this very early in the morning, it is just wow. Like, it's just a big wow to me because they usually just post random events like probably like in the afternoon or evening or later on, but in the morning it is just something else. And it's just trying to like wake us up to like some fair warning as to what's gonna happen. It's like a huge warning sign that when you are warning someone about an event that's going to be super major, you do this in the early morning. But yes, if this event happens, guys, then I'll probably live stream it around June 5th, somewhere around way before 6 p.m., probably like around 5:30 p.m., if so, Eastern Time. And depending on what time zone that your guy's on, and depending on what state you live, I'll probably gonna include the other time zones with it too, other than 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if y'all live in like in somewhere around the Midwest or to the western parts or so, I'll put like example 4:30 p.m. depending on what time zone you're, or 3:30 p.m. Mine will be like 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But yeah, don't miss this out. I will be like putting a post about it too, and I'll actually just put scheduling for the live event to begin around this time, so you and I wouldn't miss it, and I won't be able to make a whole breakdown video of the entire live event. And yeah, that's all I had to let you know, guys. And as always, I'll give you guys more updates to know what is actually going to be happening through Fortnite Shattered. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.